and welcome to a brand new episode of the Woolly Thistle Shopcast. We are back with you during the holiday season. Feeling good? Yes?
Yeah.
How are you, Maggie?
I'm good. I'm really distracted because we have a table this morning, and I feel like we need the newsreel music
I know.
intro to bring us in.
Yes.
Blue screen with the weather. I'm doing good.
Yeah, good.
It's Monday. I'm a little punchy.
Punchy after a long weekend of, we were actually working on Friday.
Yeah.
We came into work because you guys were shopping, and thank you so much for supporting this small business with your purchases over the Black Friday holiday. But and also, we hope you had a lovely Thanksgiving if you're in the US. Did you have a nice Thanksgiving, Maggie?
I did. We went to my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law's house, and he is a fabulous cook. And they had some lovely friends there as well.
Yeah.
Who she discovered I was a knitter and basically thought I was a wizard.
Oh, wow. Don't you love it when that happens?
Delightful.
Did you teach her to knit or something?
Oh, no.
No.
I tried. Where I offered, I'm like, you could do this too. And she's like, oh, no. We had a wonderful time. So wonderful food, wonderful company.
Great.
It's really good.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So here we are. It's we're recording on Monday after Thanksgiving. This will go out on Friday. So we have a full episode as per usual. And
do you want to tell people who we are?
Yeah, well, why don't you tell people who we are?
They're new. Oh, you always do it.
I know,
have
so
such
you
a good
it.
spiel.
So freshen me up. Tell us who we are.
So the Woolly Thistle is a mostly online yarn store. We do now have a brick and mortar, as you can see from this lovely location we are sitting in.
Yes.
We focus on yarns from the UK and Scandinavia and Europe, along with some domestic yarns.
Yes.
And we mostly focus on non-superwash woolly wools that
Yes.
will last forever, get better with time.
Yes, and give you a journey in your fingers as you knit because it doesn't all feel the same.
Right.
I love that. And it lasts forever. Gets, like you said, better with age. I like your spiel. Your spiel is good.
I've been here a while now. So.
That's right, from the beginning, pretty much. First employee.
Almost.
Well, you were the first employee, though.
Yes.
But almost
Not
from the
quite
very beginning.
from the beginning. Yeah,
almost, though. Almost. Yeah. And, so that's who we are. And you're right, we have a brick and mortar store. And we were open this weekend. We had Emma Barnaby here, who is Tiny Desk Knits, and also a contributor here on the Shopcast. And she was lovely. She was here with her mum, Lisa. And we had a lovely time with them. People came out to say hello. She helped lots of people with their colors for different projects, and it was just great. We had one couple here from Texas who was going on their way to Quebec.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and they swung through.
They drove from.
Well, I'm sure that they had other things to do, but they did.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was lovely. They were lovely, and she was wearing a lovely thrifted, pale green Shetland cardigan with just a tiny wee yoke on it, and it was just lovely. Yes, and so she left falling in love with Fennel Garn actually, and she bought a bunch of Jamieson and Smith and stuff. If you're watching, hello, it was lovely to meet you. It was lovely to meet everybody that came in. Claudia came in for a visit.
Nice.
Pat came in for a visit.
Great.
Yes, and they had help from Emma. So Emma, thank you for coming. I know that she was singing a solo in her real job, or one of her real jobs.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she sounded wonderful.
Yeah.
So that was this weekend, busy weekend. And then, what do we have in the show today?
Today we have a few different segments for you. We have Caitlin, who will be here showing us a Marie Wallen hat she's been working on, so that'll be fun. We have Renee, who has a bunch of gift knits and gift knitting.
Renee.
She is just a machine.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous of how quickly Renee gets through stuff.
I know.
And then we will also have yoga with Kim, talking about how to get through cold and flu season.
Fantastic. Yes, we can all use that sort of preventative workup. Mm-hmm. Well, good. That sounds like great contributions. And should we talk about what we're wearing?
We should. I actually wonder though, but I think before we get too far in, because we've been a little bad about this lately, let's announce a winner.
Oh, yes. I know. You have to be a real tripper to have heard who the winners were the last couple of times, maybe.
Yeah, because we just announced them.
We forgot.
Whenever.
Well, usually we do it. We're really good about getting one out right away, but we forgot.
Yeah, but every episode we announce two winners of a $25 gift card to the Woolly Thistle.
Mm-hmm. So would you like to announce?
Sure, I will announce the first winner in today's episode is at Lori Kimmel Steele 2976, and Lori says, very much enjoyed this Shopcast. I listened while on my Peloton, which kept me on the bike longer.
Oh yeah,
so much inspiration. Loved Emma's and Kelsey's segments. Thank you so much. We're so glad we could help, Lori.
Yes.
Lori, if you want to email us at info@thewoollythistle.com, put prize winner in all caps, we will get you your $25 gift card.
Yes, and if you'd like to be in the running for a gift card yourself, just leave us a comment down below on this episode, subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and you too will be in the running to win one of 2 gift cards in the next episode. Also, while we're at this sort of stage of things, let's mention some bits of housekeeping that we generally tend to do. All orders over $99 are currently free shipping in the US, and if under $99 it's only $4.95. We had double pips going over the holiday weekend, so if you have been collecting pips, come and spend them. We got some gorgeous things for you to see, for you to spend your pips on.
Nice.
Yeah. You can still earn pips on every purchase, and you can redeem them on any purchase as well. Let's see. Send in your videos for a spot on the show. If you are out there and you have thought about recording some of your whips to show us, or FOs, we'd love for you to do that. Just fill out the form that's on the website in the Connect button and send it in, and we will reach out to you and get you on the show. And make sure to check the show notes for all the links for everything we talk about here. So yeah, I think that's it for housekeeping.
I think the other thing is, if you're not already a member of either our Facebook group and or our Ravelry group, those are wonderful, free, welcoming, and helpful communities where you can not only get help with your projects, but really be inspired by all the amazing knitters in our community.
Yes, and there's plenty of show and tell there too, so you can show us what you're knitting, what you've just finished, if you need help with something. It's a great, both of them are great, helpful places filled with wonderful knitters. So definitely, if you're not there, go ahead and join in. Okay, so now can we talk about what you're wearing?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I am wearing my Paul Klee Sweater, knit with Jamieson and Smith. I used a cone of 54 for this, and a variety of different Jamieson and Smith 2-ply and some Jamiesons of Shetland Spindrift. Yeah. And yeah, in the yoke.
And it looks almost like a stained glass window.
Yeah.
Which I think is appropriate since Notre Dame in Paris is reopening.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh, yes, yes.
Wonderful.
And it's interesting to me because Maya and I went to Paris right before, well, in 2017 and then, or something like that, and then it caught fire in 2019. And then we were there last year, and they were still rebuilding it.
Yeah.
So now it's done, and yeah, beautiful stained glass and more light inside and things like that. So very exciting.
Wonderful.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So if you have recently purchased a grab bag, this is a fun project for at least for your color work part.
That's right. And you used a cone for the body, which we think is a great economical way to go when we have them. But you could just as easily knit it by the ball. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. And okay, so what am I wearing,
What
Maggie?
are you wearing?
Sorry, I jumped the gun. I never do that.
Okay.
I'm wearing my Agnes sweater, which was designed by Kristin Wiola. And I just love it. It's knitted in Ramona garn. Her pattern calls for a couple of other yarns, but I switched them out and knit it all in Ramona garn. Because
this is the Agnes Light.
The Agnes Light. And there is an Agnes Dark, which is a darker variety. And
it uses like more colors and stuff in the yoke,
you were saying that. I only looked at this one because this is the one I wanted to knit.
Yeah.
And this was inspired by a woman I saw at Rhinebeck last year. We put a picture of her in a previous episode. And so, so here we are. We're wearing our Agnes. It's perfect weather for it, and it just feels so cozy.
Yeah.
If you want to knit this, you can. Kristin Wiola has an ebook. You can find it via Ravelry. I think it's about $15 or thereabouts, but you get like 12 different designs or something like that.
I think to purchase the ebook, you got to go to her website.
I'm not sure. Well, maybe you do, but you can get to it through Ravelry. So maybe you have to buy it direct from her. It's in English though. The single pattern is for sale, but it's in Norwegian, and I decided I didn't want to fight with that. So I went whole hog and got the book, and it's lovely. I think I'd like to knit other things.
Yeah, it is a beautiful ebook.
Yeah. So yes, I'm feeling very snuggly in this. This was very potato chippy knitting. You know, it is all over color work, but you know,
very repetitive.
Very repetitive. Knew exactly where I was because I did it so much.
It's helpful too when it's a small motif.
Yeah, because there's no catching floats,
yeah.
and it's symmetrical as well. So you know, you go up one side and down the other, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But absolutely loved it. It knitted really fast for me. I got gauged the whole thing.
It did. You knitted during our most recent sweater cow, and you just zipped along.
I did. I was very enthusiastically knitting this. So, and since then, I've been talking about wanting to knit the roots and shoots, which I keep forgetting to take yarn home. Every time, I mean, I'm here all the time, and do you think I've gone shopping? No. So I need to do that so that I can get started.
To be fair, when you're here, you're working.
I know. But that's a little foreshadowing.
It's not like you're just hanging out.
No, it's not. I wish. But it's a little foreshadowing as to my current knitting projects that I may have or may not have to show you. So let's do that. Do you want to talk about your latest whips?
Show? Can I show my FO? Because that'll lead to my whip. So
okay.
I finished my, oh, my nose is itchy. I finished my November socks. Some of us have been knitting a pair of socks a year. I finished my November socks.
They're so fun.
These were
rainbows.
These were yarn we don't carry here, but they were Woolens and Nosh, one of her colorways.
We love Woolens and Nosh. Go check her out.
Yeah, it's like a festive pom-pom inspired colorway. I really love them. I went back and forth on what kind of heel to do. And,
what did you do?
I ended up using a forethought heel where you put in waste yarn.
Okay.
I used the instructions from my favorite sock book here, which is The Sock Project by Summer Lee. So I pulled the instructions. I pulled this book out to get going and get that done.
Yeah.
And
gorgeous.
Yeah, it came out really, really nice. I'm very happy with it.
Fantastico.
They look really nice.
Yeah.
And then that leads me to...
And you know what? I mean, what a happy little...
yeah, they're just really happy. They're very squishy. They're just really, really nice socks.
Yeah. And so that leads you to your whips?
And that leads me to my whips, because it's the only thing I really have to show today. It has been a weird mix of knitting at my house.
I feel the same way, actually.
Yeah. The kids were home for the last week, which was fantastic.
And they're back to school now?
They are back to school now for a couple more weeks.
But they surprised you, didn't they, coming home early?
They did. They came home like 2 Saturdays ago, and we weren't expecting them till like midweek, like maybe on Tuesday.
Adorable.
But our youngest had a birthday, and they surprised her and came home early for her birthday.
Aww.
I'm sure they were motivated sheerly out of love for their sister and not getting away from school. And they both love school, but
getting their laundry done.
Yeah. So it was delightful. But it meant like I wasn't working on anything for them in front of them.
Right.
Which meant I wasn't working on it.
Right.
I got a bee in my bonnet. Like a couple weeks ago, Charlotte Stone released a new sock pattern that has robins and gingerbread men. It's like it's got 2 patterns in it, and I couldn't resist.
Look at it!
I cast
British robins.
British robins, really cute British robins. What really gets me about this pattern too, and she used the robin colorway of WYS for like the top of the ribbing, and then you can see in her pattern she's used it for the bottom. I didn't have any robin,
but this is perfect.
But I had some partial balls of WYS, and I'm like, so
are you going to put little eyes on them at all?
Yeah, so you duplicate stitch the eyes and the beaks on, and I just didn't get there yet.
For those who don't know, British robins are not the same as American robins, and I noticed this my very first winter when somebody said, look, a robin, and I was like, that is not a robin. This is a robin. So cute.
Yeah, they are. It was funny because I didn't know what you were talking about.
I'm always talking about
until
British robins.
I was on like Instagram and it showed me British robins.
They're so
and I was
cute.
Like, oh.
And they're everywhere. Okay. They're like chickadees here.
Like I like American robins,
but those
are really cute.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
they are small and
so it's the happy gingerbread pattern, which you can see. There's also a gingerbread man there.
Oh.
So I'll be knitting those too. So I had to do more knitter math, which meant buying yarn in order to use the partial balls in my stash. So I bought like 3 balls of
As
WYS.
you do. That's brilliant.
Of course, like I bought a full ball of, I think that's nutmeg.
Robin color.
Yeah, so I've used nutmeg, marshmallow.
Okay.
Marshmallow. and Cherry Drop. Cherry Drop is a little more like pinky red.
And are you going to have enough of this to get through to?
I think you are. I think so because I'm pretty much turning the heel now.
Yeah. Are these for you?
Yes.
They'll fit because you got teeny tiny feet.
And then I think I'll definitely have enough, I think, to make the gingerbread man too.
So this pattern is by
Charlotte Stone.
Stone Knits.
Go
check her out. Yeah.
She also has a second book of colorwork knitting out. We had her first one. We will be getting her second one.
Yeah.
We're just a little slow around here right now. But I couldn't resist these. They're so cute. So you do have to, I had these on my shorties while I was doing the color work. It is 3-color work.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure it's going to fit over my heel. I did go up a needle size the way she recommended.
Where's it 3 colors? Oh, I guess it is.
Like right there with the red and the, where the robin is, he's 3 colors.
So what technique are you just dropping?
So I held the red or the nutmeg in my left hand and the marshmallow was always in my right, and I would just pick up and drop off as needed, and it was fine.
It's not complicated, it's just a bit of management.
It's a little fiddly. And then just trying to, like, I liked my shorties. I like my shorties for the colorwork part, and then I switched back to DPNs for the heel and stuff.
Good.
But yeah, it was pretty easy to just kind of go back and forth.
These are such a lovely find. I could hear her squealing from one end to the other. I
just couldn't stop. Like, I don't remember why I was even on Ravelry that day.
I know.
I was like, you gotta see this. Everybody stop.
And we did. And we're like, ooh.
I know. And then next thing you know, I'm like placing an order.
So I too feel like I've had weird knitting time. I spent all weekend that I had free time knitting, but I can't show you what that is yet. And I've also been working on my little Nanna duck. She's not finished.
She's adorable.
Isn't she? She's a little unique in that she has 2 different shaped or sized wings, kind of. But I'm not going to change that.
That's okay. No.
And her body, I actually got stuck at the tail.
Okay.
Because I couldn't visualize what the instructions were trying to have me do. And there's not a picture of it in the book. So I had to come in and look at yours. And as soon as I saw yours, you just must be amazing at knitting from instructions.
That's it.
That's what it is. But there's her little tail. And a moment for Maggie's little Nanna duck. So once I saw this, I'm like, everything makes sense now, but I could not visualize
that. So don't you just mark the 3 spots?
No, you're putting them on waste yarn.
Okay.
And then you're kind of closing.
It's been a while since I did it. I know I did it. But.
Yeah. So if you're knitting Nanna duck, take a good look at her butt now, because this is our PSA. That there's not actually a picture in it, and I was hunting for a picture of it.
I can add photos to my project.
I think that would be
Ravelry
really
too,
helpful.
that would be
Yes, because unless everybody understands the instructions, I just could not see it in my head. But anyway, isn't she cute?
She is so cute.
And the funny thing is my daughter's pretty blind.
They can look at each other.
Oh. My daughter's pretty blind without her glasses or contacts in.
Oh, there you go.
She has caught me knitting on this quite a few times and has not.
Hasn't put 2 and 2 together yet.
No, she just sees mom knitting and kind of, ignores it. Yeah.
Right.
So that's all I've got to show you folks. Yes. And my vest is just in timeout because I'm not ready. I haven't had the brain space to
I do want to show how much I've got my bag here, my carry-all bag, and it is absolutely stuffed to the gills with yarn.
And it looks great.
And it does. It looks really great. I love it. It has become my sock bag. Like anytime I have sock knitting, it is in this bag.
Yeah, same here.
It can hold a lot more than that. Like normally I don't have 4 balls for sock knitting.
I've got my Mouche book in here, which is sold out right now at Lina as well. So you can't get that. Just a quick word about your bag though, Maggie. If you like her bag, we don't actually offer it in that color combination. That was a prototype.
We do have the blue tweed.
We've got the blue tweed.
We just don't have the green
I think
canvas.
It's on navy canvas.
Yeah. It's very nice.
So we'll set her right there. So yes, not much knitting to show, but I have been knitting on something that we'll talk about down the road. Yeah. All right, Maggie. So
I think we should go to Caitlin's segment and see what Caitlin's been knitting on.
All right, we'll see you on the other side.
Hey everybody, it's Caitlin back for another month of catching you up on what I've been working on. I have a project today that I'm excited to share with you. It's basically a start to finish new thing that I have a lot to share with you about. So I'm going to quickly tell you about the sweater I've got on and gush about that for a second, and then I'll show you what I've got. So I'm wearing the Ramona cardigan by Elizabeth Smith. It is knitted in piece fleece. They're kind of heavy worsted weight, which we carry in the shop. This is the color Kalinka Malinka. It's a sort of a grayish, bluish, greenish, hard to describe color. It's got this broken rib down there. And I think I made this in about 2018, maybe? It was one of my first sweater projects. And I was just so happy putting it on this morning to see it still feels so nice. It looks good. And I just love wearing this sweater. And I think that comes down to the yarn choice. It's a quite wearable design, but also that piece fleece, it just still looks so good. It's mostly wool with some mohair, like built right into the mix. So it's got a little halo, and it's made in the US. And I've been reflecting as I was wearing a different sweater earlier this week that I made around the same time as this one, but in a superwash yarn. This one just gets better with age. That's something that we talk about here a lot. The woolly wool, it can take the wear, and it actually like softens up and fuzzes up in the way that you want. You just kind of like de-pill it once in a while if you have to. This actually doesn't really pill anymore. Whereas I feel like with my superwash sweater, it looks really crisp and nice when I make it, but then it doesn't wear nearly as well over time. That hard wearing stuff. I love the woolly wool. So yeah. The next main thing I want to share with you today is the project I've been working on. I've had this on my wish list to do for a long time, and so I'm kind of tackling a whole bunch of goals with this one project. So I got a lot to say about it. I've just made my first Marie Wallin design. This is the Howick Tam. It's from her new latest collection called Erin, and it's in her new Erin yarn, British Breeds Erin. It's an American worsted weight yarn. I made this from a kit from the Woolly Thistle, and it's going to be a shop sample, so I'm going to mail this off. And if you visit the shop sometime in the near future, you'll hopefully be able to see this there. If I were in person, I would want to look at the inside, so I'll do that for you here. Full disclosure, it's not blocked yet. There's where I wove in my ends. Lots of ends. But that's to be expected with so many color changes. There are 9 colors in this hat. And one of the things that I was most curious about with this pattern, and basically all of Marie's designs and kits, is this called for 9 different colors. So you get a 50-gram ball of each of the 9 colors in worsted weight yarn. I think that equals 450 grams total. And usually for a grown-up hat of worsted weight yarn, I would say like 100 grams should just get you a hat. So I knew that I was going to have a lot left over. I just didn't know how much. And I wanted to be able to report back to you all like just how many hats you can make from this one 9-pack of yarn from Marie and from the Woolly Thistle. So got all my yarn here, all 9 skeins. And yeah, I did a whole bunch of calculations for you, so I have some things to share back. So this is the main color, raw, and it uses the most of any of the colors. So this is what I have left after the first hat, and I used 20.6 grams of this color. So of a 50-gram skein, that means I have more than half left. And that's the most of any yarn that I use. So you can already see where I'm going with this. There's also, I'm not going to tell you all the numbers for all these yarns, but I will give you a little tour of the colors. This is wood, the darkest one. This is chestnut, really pretty. This is mallard. There is dark apple, pale oak. This one was the most surprising to me, all the different heathered hues in there. Quince, silver birch, little bit darker gray than the raw, and russet. So this is all that I have left after making the first hat. And the first hat was a total of 75.2 grams, including all the ends that I wove in and then trimmed. So the hat itself weighs 74.3. So if you just do that math, you can figure out how many hats you could make. I've not done that exact math, but you can at least make 2 of the original colors hats. 2 hats using the original colors. But I thought you can get even more hats if you switch the colors around and don't blaze through the raw too quickly. So I've started a swatch for a second colorway, and this is sort of swapping the lights and the darks. So I've got the dark apple as the main color, and then I've switched them around. It's not like an equal swap all the way around that I could like tell you easily, but I am planning to write up a blog post to go with this video, telling you which colors I've swapped, so that if you have the kit, you'll also have what you need to make a version with the dark. I think you quite easily could have used mallard as the main color and done the dark apple in with where the mallard is. It's just one line here in the middle and a little bit in the bottom here. And now I haven't done the whole part of the crown with the decreases yet. This is a huge tangled mess, because I think what I'm going to do is, now that I know I like this color progression, I'm going to rip it out and do a different sample swatch where I've steeked it. I want to be able to send this along to the shop too, and I just can't make I've done that thing where you do you like carry your yarn across the back so you can knit in the round, but not cut all your ends off and start fresh. So, but I just can't get these edges to look nice for you all when you're going to come to the shop and look at this swatch in person. So I think steeking it and having a little bit of a selvage on the edge is going to look better. So anyway, yeah, there will be a blog post to go along with this with the resources for switching colors around if you want to make a second hat in the dark apple main color. And then I was also thinking, which I haven't played out all the way with calculations and stuff, but it's intimidating, and it was a little bit of a tricky process to try to switch colors around in Marie's designs. You can see the designs here are pretty intricate, and they rely a lot on the contrast between the colors. It's like here you can see this star. Silver birch is the light one, and then mallard is the darker one, and then it switches. You're still like in the motif, but it switches to pale oak being the light color and chestnut being the dark color. And then there's also this center where there's wood as the dark color and then quince as the light color. So you really have to do a lot of thinking with the color palette that you have and realize which ones are the light ones and which ones are the dark ones and which one needs to be a certain part of the motif so that it doesn't get lost. Because if I accidentally switched the pale oak and the chestnut here, then it would have been like you would have lost the design. It would have been like inverted from how you set out with these colors down here. So anyway, all that to say, I was thinking about if it feels too intimidating to try to eke out so many hats in different colorways. I was thinking about what it would look like to do a 2-color hat, or maybe just a 3-color hat, where you take kind of chunks of the motif and just break it down into the simplest version of the motif with a light color for the background and a dark color for the design, or vice versa. And then maybe switch to 2 different colors up here. That might be a little less difficult than trying to make this whole progression of color changes happen. So anyway, lots of thoughts for you there. Can't remember if I tried this on for you or not. Super fun little tam, almost a beret, not quite, style hat. Yeah, coming to the Woolly Thistle in-person store soon. And yeah, a blog post as well. So Thanks so much for following along on this Marie Wallen journey, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.
Thank you, Caitlin. I love seeing that Howick. Is it Howick?
Yeah.
Howick?
I'm so Americanized now. I don't know, because like Warwick is Warwick. So maybe it's Hawk.
I love seeing Marie Wallen's hat.
Yes. The Howick Tam, we're calling it.
Yeah.
I think that's how it's spelled.
We're American, so the Howick Tam.
Yeah,
it looks
makes
really
sense.
beautiful. It looks very squishy. I cannot wait for the sample to arrive here in the shop just so I can squish it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So yeah, and I think it's really great of Caitlin to point out that you do have some sizable leftovers, but then you get to play. Or you can find another pattern, another hat, because there's so many colors in her designs that you could knit something else for sure.
Yeah.
It's beautiful yarn too.
And I think it is manageable to move the colors around. There is thought involved.
Yeah.
But definitely a doable thing.
For sure. And I liked what she said about even reducing the number of colors just to simplify it a little bit. You could do that too.
Yeah.
But I think the takeaway message is that color work is very versatile, and it's good to have leftovers in my thinking, because you can keep turning them into other things. Yeah, I love that. Okay, so thank you, Caitlin.
While we're still on the topic of color work,
Okay.
we do have a new book in the shop that I'm really excited about.
Me too.
The Doodle Knit Directory.
Seeing her all over social.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
We've been wanting to have this book in the shop for a while now, and it's finally here.
It's gorgeous.
It is really, really gorgeous.
It's a directory of color work charts and patterns.
Yeah, she does give you different hats. Then you can plug in the different designs and motifs from within the book. It's just really, really gorgeous.
It's a beautiful book in itself.
Yeah.
And then there's some really charming.
You can see it has like the
animals
photo
and
and then the charts. And there's lots of that, but then there's instruction on how to use them.
I like as well. I think a thing that I'm seeing in all of her knitting is that there's a lot of color, even in the low color.
Low contrast.
Well, it's not that. It's that there's not a lot of catching floats. There's a lot of blips of color in between her charted instructions or within her charted instructions, because that saves you from having to mess around catching floats. So I'm noticing that they're filled even in the sort of negative spaces. Which I love. So Maggie,
so you can find this now in the shop.
it's here. Black Friday is now over, but thank you for showing up for our Black Friday event, which we started on Wednesday, end of November sometime, and it went on through the holiday weekend. You guys really showed up, and we really appreciate it. It makes all the difference, and continues to help us stock some of the best woolly wools in the world for you to enjoy. So thank you for that. It was a lot of work. I want to say a special shout out to Seth in marketing, who orchestrated everything, especially with me working in fulfillment, you working in fulfillment too, and also customer service for just really giving you guys the best support that you need and enjoy with Jill. So, and to all the packers and pickers as well that really, we hustled.
Yeah.
And are still hustling a little bit now.
Yeah. Our fulfillment team has been absolutely amazing.
Fantastic.
And this is the first year where we've not had any delay in shipping. So
Right.
everything is still shipping on time.
Yep.
And we're working really hard to continue to be able to
Which
offer
gives
that
you-
for you. And
Which gives you the best, experience from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Canada their postal service did go on strike just in time for the holidays, or the American holidays. So if you're in Canada, we are now shipping via DHL. The pricing for that will be on the website when you go to check out, and you can decide whether to go for it or not. But we're not able to ship USPS, and we do not ship UPS to Canada.
Right.
So there we go. Heifer International. I'm so excited about this. We came up with the idea for Black Friday that, from time to time, or more often than not, we often hear that just keep the bag. I've already got bags when people are buying kits. I don't need another tote bag. If you want your tote bag, that's wonderful. So keep wanting your tote bags. But sometimes we do hear, I've got enough, I don't need another one. And so we thought, well, why not give those people the option of donating their tote bag to a charity, and one that's close to my heart, and I think is one that everyone can get behind, is Heifer International, which is an organization from the States, and they send farm animals all over the world to families to help get them out of poverty. So you'll find Heifer International in a lot of third world countries, and you know, you can send a cow, which is why it's called heifer. You can send goats, and you know, these animals not only give milk and have offspring, but the babies can be raised and then sold on to other families as well, and it just helps lift the community. And so we decided that we're trying to raise a flock of sheep, which is very wonderful. And so we will be keeping you informed of our progress with that, but we're doing it with contributions from those of you who selected either the vanilla sweater, the vanilla fluff, or the victory cardigan. We tested it out with those three, and we will be contributing the value of the tote bag to Heifer International. So we'll let you know how that goes and what that ends up being, and we might even open it up as a more permanent thing as a way to give back. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. And like I mentioned, Emma visited the shop on Saturday, so thank you, Emma, for coming. She was in between, you know, having Thanksgiving up in Burlington, Vermont, and going back to the airport, and she came and spent a good few hours here with us, which was really generous of her. So thank you. Oh my goodness, and we have a visitor coming in January, Maggie. We have Eva. Eva of Scottish Yarn Festival. I feel like I'm actually reading the news right now.
I know.
Eva of Scottish Yarn
Festival.
I know, these are the headlines. Eva of Scottish Yarn Festival and the Yarn is coming to America. She's doing a wee tour of America, and she will be coming to the Woolly Thistle in January. Dates to follow, but definitely mark that in your calendars. Yeah. Do you want to talk about the gift make-along?
All right, the gift make-along. Thank you so much for everyone who signed up and joined us for our gift make-along. If you have not yet finished your gift knitting, no worries, keep on gift knitting.
Yep.
But we have chosen the winner of a $50 gift card from this cow.
This was a very loosey-goosey cow, so this was just to try and give us some community while we do our obligation knitting, even if it turns out to be fun.
Yeah.
So who's the winner, Maggie?
So congrats to the winner, who is Denise W. The winner was chosen at random, and it's always good to say this is not indicative of like Denise had the best project, although I'm sure her project was wonderful. All the project or winners are chosen at random for all of our cows.
Yeah.
And as we like to say, all knitting is good knitting.
That's right, it's true.
So keep going through your gift knitting, keep sharing them in our groups. It is so wonderful to see. My queue keeps getting longer and longer because I keep seeing that somebody finished.
Yep.
You know,
Beautiful
another project
things.
that is really, really amazing.
And there's still plenty of time, so keep knitting for your gift knitting.
Yeah.
But we will have another cal coming soon. We will give you news of that in due course. But of course, we will be hosting our colorwork accessory cal as well. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, that is always early in the new year.
Yeah,
so.
early in February usually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we go to another segment?
Sure, let's go visit Renee and see what things are flying off of her
I
needles.
know. We'll see you on the other side.
Hello, Thistlers. My name is Renee Allen. I'm one of the email specialists at the Woolly Thistle, so I am coming to you with my monthly contribution. Hope you're having a lovely day. As of last night, we celebrated Thanksgiving, so if you're celebrating that in your part of the world, I hope you had a lovely time with your family and friends. So last night for Thanksgiving, I actually got to wear my name a pullover. This was what I was working on last time that I had the Shopcast contribution. And I wanted to show it to you finished. Just has a lovely twisted rib. It has eyelets all the way down on each side, in the front and the back. It was a very quick knit because this is it's a heavy worsted weight. So it's like 16 stitches per every 4 inches. So it worked up pretty fast. Very easy to do. This is by Ankastrict, and it was my first pattern by her, but I really like her style. So I wanted to kind of show you what that looks like. Finished. I don't think I showed you the tweeds. Aren't they just beautiful? This is Peace Fleece. This is Zarya Fog colorway. And I love Peace Fleece so much that I am now making my husband a sweater out of Peace Fleece. This is Brownie. So it's a dark, very dark brown. And it has a little specks of tweeds in there too, lighter colors. And this is the Antarctica white. And just, it's a rambouillet, and it's just a very nice fabric. I have worn my Nanna pullover many times already, and I haven't had any pills. So that means a lot to me. I want my stuff to look nice, pills are okay, but I would rather it not pill. So that way I don't have to work so hard to make it keep making it look nice. This is what I'm making for my husband out of the Peace Fleece. And I do not even know how to pronounce the sweater, but it came from here. Lakeside Stitches. This is Gentle Knits from the North. And I'll show you a picture of what it looks like. This one here. And here's the title. I have some notes there, just kind of what size I'm making for my husband. I do put that information in Ravelry, but I also have it close by, so I'll remember. But this is working up so nicely. It's a very nice pattern, and I highly recommend this yarn. He's a fisherman, and that sweater is actually made for fishermen. It talks about that in the description. So he likes to go fishing in the winter, and that'll help keep him warm. All right, the next thing that I'm working on is from this book. This is Ramagarn. This is all for their Vendée soccer yarn, and I had obtained some of that in a sock bag one year. So I had 2 of these, and I was able to make these. They're called the leaf slippers, and all of the patterns inside of this book are written in English. The name is still in their Finnish or Norwegian name, but all of the patterns are in English. So I got this book from the Woolly Thistle, and I'm making, here's one. Each ball takes one skein. Each skein will create one slipper. So what you do is you make a rectangle, it's kind of a bigger square, and then down at the end you overlap it, and then you knit it together here, and then you just graft it on the end. So it's a very quick knit, but I've already made several of them, and if you're looking for a quick, easy pattern for a gift, that would be one to do. The next thing that I've been working on is this. This is called Tress Sweater by Isabel Kramer, and I'm using Scottish Yarn Festival Duncan DK to make this. So this is my first experience with using Scottish Yarn Festival. I obtained some fingering weight in one of my selection boxes, or the taster box, I think it was for the spring. Just a beautiful color. This is the colorway Duncan, and I knew I wanted to make a sweater out of that. This is the first red sweater that I've ever had. So I accidentally ordered a DK, which it was a happy accident. So now I have fingering weight, and I'm going to make a scarf, like a 1 skein scarf. I haven't decided which one I'm going to do yet. And then I thought, well, what am I going to make with my DK? And so I put this together. Very, very nice design, very nice consistency with the yarn. It just has a very nice feel to it. A little soft halo is in there. I don't know if you can kind of see it there, but it's from the Cheviot. Highly recommend, and I can't wait to get that finished. I've had some other obligations that have taken away from my knitting, so I'll get that finished and be able to wear it for Christmas. So the last couple of things that I want to talk to you about are my Musselburgh hats. If you're in our Facebook group, you know I've been working on them. I'm working on number 5 right now, which this is an adult medium, and I'm working on an adult large of it. This is the Moda by Wool Dreamers, and it's their pink neon colorway. I wanted to show you kind of what that looks like in real life. Oh, it's just so beautiful. So this will be a gift for Christmas. It fits my head, but I like mine a little bit bigger, so I'm making an adult large for me in the same colorway. This is kind of what a Musselburgh looks like when it's finished. So I talked about this last time. You start in the middle. She has very clear directions on what your gauge is, how many increases you do, how long you knit it, and then you just fold it in on itself. And then you have a really nice warm hat. And this is leftovers from a sweater that I made out of Donna Smith's Langzoon DK, which is 100% Shetland wool. Very nice to touch your skin, so this will be a nice hat for someone's head. It's actually my husband's, so he can stay warm when he goes fishing. Okay, the last thing that I kind of want to talk to you about is what I'm wearing today, which is one of my vanilla fluffs. You can kind of see here that I have my little picot edge. This is out of the mohair. I knit mine with the bracelet length so I can see my watch easily. It just has a very nice look to it. When you're wearing it with jeans, I wear it with dresses all the time. It's lightweight but warm, so I can layer it. If I'm going outside, it's definitely still warm. I love this sweater. I love it so much that I made another one in this colorway, and then I changed up I just did a crew neck. I still did the bracelet length sleeves. I just love that look. And I did the same ribbing down at the bottom. Well, that's it for me for this Shopcast. So I hope you have a lovely day and happy knitting.
Thanks so much, Renee. She's just so
prolific.
Yes, that is the word.
Yes.
It's not the word that I had in my head, but amazing. I love seeing your knitting, and thank you so much for sharing and being part of our group.
Yes. For those of you that don't know, Renee is an employee of the Woolly Thistle, but she has long been a fan and customer of the Woolly Thistle, and now she is in our marketing department writing some of the most wonderful emails we've ever had go out. So if ever you're just going, oh my goodness, this email's so nice, it's because Renee wrote it. Yeah. Yes, all right, absolutely. So what's next, Maggie?
We do have a few other things to show you that are in the shop. Launching today is a new sweater kit from Kim Piquette.
Yes.
It is called Pipe Dream, and it is knit in tuku fingering weight.
Tuku fingering. Now, Kim is lovely, and we interviewed her not long ago, so we'll put a link to that here.
Yeah, so Kim is the designer of the Recursion sweater, which is knit in our Rambler yarn.
Our first Rambler sweater design.
Yeah,
yes.
And it has this wonderful color work yoke that is
swirly. Yeah,
swirly lines and just wonderful.
And a 3D effect almost.
Her new sweater, Pipe Dream, is another play on that. I can see why she named it Pipe Dream, because she seemed like there's like little.
We'll put a picture of it right there.
So kits are available starting today in the shop. You can see that Kim designed hers with a color of tuku that is now discontinued. So we've put together colorwork kits using other colors that we think are going to be really amazing. The one closest to what Kim's sample was in uses sake as the main color, and tuku's Blue Hour, which look how vibrant that is.
I know.
I love this blue.
Yeah, fantastic.
It's just really, I think this will really pop for your sweaters.
So the body is in the cream?
So the body is in the cream, just like Kim's there, and then the color work is knit
in the blue. And then we have, are we putting together some
so we're
combos?
putting together some other color combos too. So 39 Manna is your main color, and then 42 Aubergine, which is a deep purple.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
beautiful.
So good.
Beautiful.
That would be really nice. I really love this pink.
I love this pink.
I know. I said it first.
It's almost like an edgy ballerina pink.
Yeah.
But edgy. Yeah. Meaning it's not little girly pink. It's more mature than that.
Yeah. It's this is 47 Pink Blush, paired with 38,
which is black.
Is black. Yeah.
Very nice. That would be really
good. So
good.
those are the colors. You can, of course, pick any color that you would like, but those are the ones that we've put together for kits.
Okay, so they're set up as kits in the shop. Are they available now?
They should be available now.
Right.
So if you want to head to the shop and
And
congrats to Kim on the launch of her new
Yes.
pattern. We hope she has a successful weekend.
Yeah, for sure.
So we have a new blanket kit in the shop. In November, we launched WYS, West Yorkshire Spinners.
Yeah.
Had a forager blanket kit,
Yep.
And that kept flying off our
That did
shelves.
really
You guys
well.
really loved it.
Thank you.
It's really cute. It had fall pumpkins and just really, really pretty.
Yep.
And so we decided to bring in, they have a chiming bells blanket, which we can put a photo of here. They should be here by the time this arrives. And they're just really, it's a really pretty Fair Isle Christmassy blanket.
What yarn is it knitted with?
I think it's the Color Lab DK. If I'm wrong, we're going to have to take this out.
So it's a really fun and beautiful blanket,
Yeah.
perfect for Christmas knitting and getting under it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the forager did so well that we've decided to bring this in, and we're sure that it's going to do just as well.
And I'm sure there's somebody who can purchase it now and have it done for Christmas. I also think it would be a really fun sort of project to work on all year long, so that it's ready for next Christmas.
Yeah, that's right.
Blankets tend to
or
be
maybe
longer-term
you only
projects.
work on it over Christmas every year. That would probably be what I would end up doing.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's that.
Yeah, so that hopefully is available now. If not, it's coming soon. And line at 23 is now shipping.
Yes, we've been taking pre-orders for that, and that should be shipped out to you as soon as it gets here. We always try and turn them around as fast as possible.
Yes.
So launching on Friday, December 13th, we have some Black Isle come to visit in the form of Killen sock yarn from Julie, beautifully dyed, hand dyed, and we've got several different colorways, but this is very special yarn for sure, isn't it, Maggie?
It really is.
So this is she calls it Killen sock, and Killen is a little village in Scotland. It's 80% Blueface Leicester and 20% mohair. And we know the farms that it came from. So the R farm and White Bog farm is for the Blueface Leicester. And Julie gets her mohair from South Africa because even though that's a long way away, it's still the most sustainable option. And she puts that in there to help with the strength of it. Yeah, so it's gorgeous. And then of course, Julie is a hand dyer, natural hand dyer. And just look at the speckles she gets.
Yeah, that one's, they're all her colors are really, really pretty.
They really are.
I love all of these.
I know.
But I think, I don't want to gloss over how special that is that the farm that the wool came from.
I know.
And that this is really small batch, close to the farm, close to the producer.
Right. And Black Isle Yarns is actually from the Black Isle, which is a little peninsula just north of Inverness in Scotland, over the Keswick Bridge. I spent a lot of time there growing up because my granddad lived there. So this is just so special. And yeah, I mean, it's to have the farms on there, and that's just the quality that Julie really always has with any of her yarns, which makes them very special.
And really, Julie has hands on every single skein, from the dyeing to the twisting and the banding.
Yep.
And this really is small batch and a labor of love.
It really is. And so she's done 2 speckles for us. This one is Garden Party. Summer Garden. And it's dyed with cochineal, cosmos, marigold, and hibiscus. And just a beautiful, beautiful skein. And then this one is Shepherd's Delight, dyed with lac and hibiscus. And this, talks to me. Look at that pink, kind of mauvey, purpley pink. Oh, gorgeous.
This one is called Larkspur, and it is dyed with logwood. And this one is Lilac, also dyed with logwood. Yeah,
so I think to use up the dye, she will do gradients, and this is basically using up what's left after doing that one.
Yeah.
And I think they all go really well.
They really do.
Yeah. Okay.
And in the same vein, this one is Brocade 2, dyed with walnut and lac, and Faded Rose 2.
Oh, Faded Rose.
Also same dye batch.
Is a great
It's so beautiful.
Name. And again, just look at these together. Gorgeous.
We have Dark Indigo. I'll put that one on the Dark Indigo and Light Indigo.
Dyed with indigo.
Dyed with indigo.
And again, just
so
look.
pretty.
I'm sorry, I just want to show
I know,
you though.
no, that's great.
Look. I mean, it's gorgeous.
I love these golds. And these are dyed with, so these are slightly different dyes. So rust is dyed with walnut, madder, and fustic.
Yep. Madder's
Making sure I'm saying that right. That's what it says.
Well, I think, I mean, like, I'm the authority.
I'm sure Julie is correct. Walnut, madder, and fustic. What is fustic?
I don't know. We
I'm gonna have to look
it up. We'll put the definition there.
I'm gonna have to Google. And this one is walnut and fustic, and it is bracken too.
And bracken, of course, is what's called in. So I think it's a Scottish word, but it's basically those green ferns that when they go over, they're that color, and it's bracken. And I've walked through many a bracken in my time.
Really beautiful, but you can see the two together.
Yes, and again. Because I just think they're
goodness.
all, I mean, they all go so well.
They do, that really just kind of holding the whole.
Yeah.
The
whole shebang. Beautiful.
Oh my goodness.
So these go on sale, I want to say midday on December 13th.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're interested in Julie's work, that would be the time to come and visit and stake your claim.
Yeah.
Of course, it's limited, so I will be, could be a little bit crazy, but that's why we're doing the timed lunch so that everybody gets a fair shot.
Yeah.
And we hope that you'll show up and
they do tend to go
Julie's
quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, hopefully we've got enough that it's not out in a flash.
Yeah.
You know, you should, if you want it, hopefully you can get it. Fingers crossed. All right, should we announce another winner?
we should before we forget. Way to go. Our second winner today is at Melanie O'Connor 6959, and Melanie says, I so enjoyed the Shopcast today on a cold, wet day in Pennsylvania. Such woolly goodness. I learned a lot from Kelsey and really liked Emma's segment. The combing of her fleece was so good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Melanie. If you can email us at info@thewoollythistle.com, put prize winner in all caps, we will get you your $25 gift card.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. And if you would like to be in the running for a gift card yourself, all you need to do is leave a comment below, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and we will get that. Well, no, we won't get that out to you. You'll be in the running for a gift card. I wish we could. Okay, so I've to remind you of our physical store shop hours. If you're in the area or passing through, the shop is open Tuesdays 12 to 4, Thursdays 12 to 4, and Fridays 10 to 4. And some Saturdays we're open 10 to 2, and those in December will be December 14th, 28th, January 18th, February 1st, and February 15th. So those are the hours for now. And of course, during one of those, we'll have Eva here as well from Scottish Yarn Festival.
Yes.
So we wanted to show you our blankets from Donegal, which is in Ireland, of course. And these are hand-woven blankets made to order for us. And we have a selection here that we wanted to show you. These make great gifts for your own home or for your loved ones. This here is the undulating twill in yellow. I'm not sure if it's showing up well or not. There is a design in the actual weaving of it. So it's all just yellow and gray with an undulating weaving pattern in there. Most of them are just basic weaving back and forth, but there's different colors in them.
Yeah, and they are 100% wool. This one is the Into the Wild Seascape.
Gorgeous.
It is really, really lovely.
Yeah. Yeah. 100% wool, like Maggie said. Quite rustic. They are dry clean only. I wouldn't want to.
So non-super wash. So you cannot run this through your washer at home.
No.
But also shouldn't really need to a whole lot.
Right.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
This is
just big checks.
Yeah, this is Mediterranean, which is a lovely kind of neutral with some green and blue in it. And they all have these lovely twisted ends as well. And I love them. I have several now at home that I will snuggle under of a weekend.
This one is made especially for us. It is the Thistle colorway. It's Tripoli Thistle.
Yeah. Greens and purples. This was the one I got this year for myself.
Really beautiful.
Yeah. Lovely.
So these make great gifts too.
They really do. Here's one of my favorites. Citrus Rainbow.
That one's always very popular.
It is. So this has loads of color in it. Just gorgeous.
We can show you this one next to it. This is the Citrus Blush.
Which is, that's a great idea.
It's very similar, but slightly lighter colors.
Right. A little bit more muted, a little paler.
Yeah.
Whereas this one's more vibrant.
This one's also really popular.
Yeah. Citrus.
I love this mix of the
I know,
colors
it's gorgeous.
right there.
And it goes right through to the tassels as well. They're different colors because that's the warp.
Oh,
Right. I can say that having been to a weaving class. All right, this here I think is pastel. This is another one that I have at home. Let me double check. Oh, yep. I love this one.
this one is the same as that.
So it's grey and cream with some lovely pale green throughout. Just very soft and gentle colors. These are great across your bed maybe, or on the back of the couch is where I have mine.
I love this one. It is Mediterranean sky.
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of nice taupey browns and blues. So just very nice, very snuggly.
Very snuggly. Tripoli, this one's extremely colorful, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that blue.
That one has also been really popular.
For sure. And this has got a lot of red going through it too. Gorgeous. Very, very beautiful. And we probably have others as well, but these are just the ones we brought to show you.
Mm-hmm.
So do peruse them. They are expensive, but that's because they're handmade with really good material that is heirloom quality and will last a lifetime.
Yeah.
And so we think it's a wonderful price for a wonderful product.
Yeah.
And we do see that some of you are buying multiples of them, and we can only guess that they're all for yourself or they're for gifts. And either way is fine.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I think just like your non-superwash wools and your sweaters that just get better with age, that's what these blankets are. They
Absolutely.
will just get better the more you use them.
I can attest to that because I have a few. I treat myself every year to a new one. So that's it. We wanted to show you those. And so back to Corinne and Maggie. Well, Maggie, I think we'll let Kim take us out with some wonderful yoga. And I think all that's left to say is if you go out,
Take your knitting.
bye.
Hi Woolly Thistlers, it's Kim here with Yoga for Knitters. You can find me here on the Woolly Thistle podcast, but you can also find me on Instagram and Facebook, on my website, on Patreon, and on Ravelry. So it's cold season. If I look out the window here, you can see there's snow on the ground. It's getting chilly at night. The laundry is frozen on the line. And those dips in temperatures quite often mean a little bit of extra stress to our bodies, which can translate into a drop in our immunity and our susceptibility to getting that seasonal cold. So today's yoga lesson is all about things you can do to boost your immunity and avoid that fall or winter cold. My first line of defense when it comes to seasonal colds is the neti pot. I've been using this particular neti pot for probably 15 years, almost religiously every morning. And it's just part of my routine. It feels really good to do it. If you've never used a neti pot, it's a very simple thing. You just mix some salt. This is 2/3 Himalayan pink salt and 1/3 baking soda. Mix about a teaspoon of that in with nice, warm, comfortable water. Swish it around, and then it goes up one nostril and out the other. There's lots of different kinds of neti pots out there. This is the one that my husband uses. It's just a little squirt bottle. And then he buys the pre-mixed sinus rinse. But you can use many different kinds, and they all have their benefits, and they all work the same in that they clean out extra toxins and garbage that are in the opening of our respiratory system, so in our nose and possibly even sometimes in the sinuses. So let me show you how I do it. So I mix about that much. That's probably a generous teaspoon of salt and baking soda. Add some warm water and swish it around. Once you wash one nostril, you need to blow your nose and clear the water out. But sometimes blowing your nose doesn't get it all out. So I'll show you. I don't even do this in front of my husband. I'll show you what I do to make sure that it's all out. Okay, let's do like this. Okay, so There's some water still up in here, so I just flop down, shake a bunch, turn my head one way, turn my head the other way, and then when I come up, I can get more out. So you make sure that it's all flushed and gone. Another thing that's absolutely wonderful when cold season hits is to increase how much heat you put into your body. So every morning I make a pot of tea. This is just a herbal tea with some ginger. And I drink that throughout the day. I like to keep it nice and warm with my homemade tea cozy there. So some things that you can add to your herbal tea that will help during cold season are rose hips. They're full of vitamin C. Lemon, yummy and full of vitamin C. Hibiscus leaves, wonderful and tart, full of vitamin C. And if you want to sweeten it, a little bit of honey, which of course is antimicrobial. So it'll help with a sore throat. And last but not least, a yoga practice to help improve immunity so that you don't get that fall or winter cold this year. It's a simple practice. I'm doing it in my shoes, as a matter of fact. You can do this anytime, anywhere. It's just really nice. You don't need a mat. You don't need a special, studio space and fancy music. You can just do this when you have 3 minutes and you just want to feel good. So you're going to take advantage of the fact that our nostrils are nice and clean and it's easy to breathe. And each movement is going to use the breath. So you're going to start by lifting the right leg and the left arm and circling the ankle in one direction, taking nice deep breaths. And then the other direction. Engaging the core so that your posture is lovely as you balance here. Good. Opposite side, left leg, right arm, circling the wrist and the foot. And breathing full, deep, delicious breaths. Opposite direction. Good. And set it down. Okay, we're going to do a double breath on the next one. So swing your arms and your right leg. Inhale, inhale forward. Exhale, exhale back. I'll turn sideways so you can see. Inhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale. If there's a little bit of water from your neti pot left over and coming out of your nose, that's okay. Have a Kleenex nearby and carry on. One more. And set it down. Shake it out. And other side with our left leg. Inhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale. So with every breath in, we bring in life force. We bring in prana. We're bringing in life. With every exhale, we can get rid of anything that doesn't serve us. Last one. Exhale, exhale, and set it down. Perfect. Come to stand in the middle of the floor here. Feet are hips distance apart. We're going to inhale the arms up. And then exhale, take the right arm behind you, left arm in front, but don't turn your hips. Just twist from the middle of your back upwards. And look behind you. Then inhale up. Exhale the left arm behind you and look back. Inhale forward. Exhale right arm back. Inhale forward. Exhale left arm back. Get into the rhythm of your breath. Last two. Last one. Inhale, both arms up. And then exhale, stick the feet wide And come all the way down into a forward fold. If you need to bend the knees, that's totally fine. Just make sure that you can get your fingertips to the floor. Then the left hand is in the middle of your, like just straight down from your heart. And the right arm on your next inhalation is going to twist up. Exhale, both hands to the floor. Inhale, left arm twists up. And exhale, hands to the floor. Get into a rhythm. Move with your breath. So we're twisting and breathing. And the twisting really is quite powerful for boosting your immune system. Bend your knees. Inhale and come on up. Good. Let's heel toe our feet in so they're just a little bit wider than hip distance apart. And we're going to flop from side to side with a dynamic twist. So inhale, exhale. A little faster breath here, but we're still going to try to breathe all the way to the bottom of our lungs. You can lift up onto your toes as you twist if that feels nicer on your knees. But the focus here really is the breath. Last two. Last one. Good. Coming back to center and finding a comfortable place to stand. The last thing we're going to do is breath of fire. So that's where we inhale passively and exhale forcefully. So it kind of goes like this. Well, it does go like this. Inhale, like that. Again, you may want to have a Kleenex handy. So we're going to do this 20 times. I'll do 5 just to show you what it's like. Okay. Did you see how my abdomen really pulled in to force that air out? That's what we're going for. And the inhalation is totally passive. So here we go for 20. Inhale. And let's start. Now inhale. Hold your breath. Exhale. Hold your breath. And breathe normally. You may feel that you get quite warm doing that. It's amazing how powerful that is. But all of those breath exercises combined with its simple movements and stimulate lymphatic drainage. They increase oxygen and prana in the body. The twists help to wring out, squeeze out, and get rid of toxins and garbage that shouldn't be in the body that were just hanging around. So that simple practice that took no more than 5 minutes is a wonderful way you can stay healthy and cold-free all winter long. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.